Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Courtney and I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. If you're not new, thanks so much for coming back. It always means the world to me. So I'm here today with another What Sold 5 Surprising Sales from last week. I try to do these once per week just to share some of my sales, and I find that not every sale is really all that interesting, but usually each week I've got some that either sell for less than I expected, sell for more than I expected, sell quickly, or take too long to sell in my opinion. So I try to share the 5 most surprising from the last week. If you like this video or this series that I've been doing, definitely feel free to hit the thumbs up down below. And if you aren't already subscribed and you like reseller content, specifically around eBay and Poshmark, definitely feel free to either check out my other videos or hit the subscribe button down below. So with that, this is a pretty quick video. I'm just gonna review, I'll pop up some pictures so you can see what I'm referring to, and we'll just get started. So the first surprising sale from last week was an item that I've had for about 8 months. It was one of the earlier finds that I had at a regular thrift store. This was really before I had an understanding of comps and how to accurately look them up. And it was by the brand Escada, the designer Escada. And it was a wool sweater. It was cream with some black striped details. The thing about this was I listed it. I got it at a regular thrift store. It looked like it was in great condition. I got it under the lighting. Everything looked fine. But I got a message shortly after listing it, and I listed it for $90, and the woman asked if there was a faint mark on the front. She could see that there was something, or just kind of a faint, and she didn't know if it was a shadow. But I gave it a closer look, and sure enough, there was a really faint stain, like maybe a coffee mark or something, but it was very faint. So I told her I was gonna go and get it dry cleaned. So I don't remember the exact price that I paid for this. I wanna say it was probably around $6 or $7. But I paid to get it dry cleaned because at the time I thought it would be worth it. Months later, I have now found out that it probably wasn't worth it. I didn't lose money on this item, but I broke even on the total cost that I paid. So I had dropped this price significantly. So I originally started at $90. I dropped it a number of times over that 7-8 month period. And someone finally gave me an offer of $30, and I accepted just because I knew I would just get my money back. So just a bummer. I don't know, I wouldn't not pick up this brand, but I think I would definitely try to look up accurate comps on the specific item and just know in the future that maybe this brand won't sell quickly. So it did sell, and if it was just the original price, I would have made a small profit, but that dry cleaning definitely kind of threw it off. So the second surprising sale from last week was in a recent video, I believe. It was from a regular thrift store as well. And it was by the brand Dwell and Slumber. And the way they described this on the brand's website was it was a house dress, a caftan. It was just this really soft, kind of oversized, one size fits all striped dress. And I was tempted to keep this, to just lounge around the house in it, but I didn't because I saw the comps were pretty great. So the original price on this, I believe, was only $60 something on their website, but the comps were actually between that 40 and 50 range. And so I priced it at $55. It sold within 2 days for a full price of $55. So definitely a good sale, and I hope the person really enjoys it. I actually got a message on Instagram from someone that said they saw it in the video and they immediately wanted it in all prints and colors, which I don't blame them. I think it definitely was cute and soft and looked comfortable. So the third surprising sale from last week was another disappointment. It was another item that I had for about 7 months, and it was the tag said Wallace, but Wallace, I believe, is a line under Madewell, and it was this yellow striped sweater. And it just sat. It didn't get many likes. It didn't get much activity. I thought it was a really cute color combination. Apparently others didn't. So it sat and sat. And again, this was an item that I had brought down a couple of times during closet clearouts. The last price that it was at, I don't remember what I originally started it, but the last price it was at was $15. It was just in my low price point that I have in my closet. And someone gave me an offer of $8, and that's definitely lower than I wanted, but it's near the end of any sweater wearing season. To hold on to it without much activity of likes or anything like that, I just decided to accept it and just move on, get my money back. And just those are the lessons that I continually learn from some of those early purchases before I really understood how to look up comparable sold items. So with that, didn't lose any money, just not that impressed with that sweater. So all three of those first ones sold on Poshmark, and so the buyer does pay shipping. The fourth item that sold last week that was surprising was also in a recent video. It was a Free People green. It kind of had embroidery, a little romper, and this immediately had a lot of likes. I priced it at $40 on Poshmark, and then I priced just a little under 40, or just a little bit under on eBay. So I priced it at $39.48 on eBay, and it sold within a couple weeks for full price of $39.48. This was just surprising because the day before I had sent out some offer to likers. I don't send them out. I only send those out about once per month. And I had sent out offer to likers on Poshmark. So typically I'll do about 20% off with the shipping discount. And no one bit. I think there were about over 40 likes on Poshmark in just that couple weeks. So I was confident that it was going to sell on Poshmark, but sure enough, it sold on eBay for full price. I do pay for shipping on eBay, but this was a light item, and I believe this was going down to LA, so it was very affordable, cheap shipping for me. So really excited about that sale, and it just goes to show, I've been asked a number of times if I select different things for eBay versus Poshmark. I cross-list everything that can be cross-listed. So of course I don't list hard goods on Poshmark, but pretty much all clothing I'll list on Poshmark as well. And I've been pleasantly surprised at the variety that sells on both platforms. So this Free People romper I assumed would sell on Poshmark, and it sold on eBay. So the fifth and final item last week was a very recent item. In fact, I don't even think it was in a video. It was from a regular thrift store, a quick stop after a bins trip. And I think I paid about $5 for it. But with my experience with Adidas items is that if they're unusual, they tend to move quickly for me if they're kind of that retro vibe. And this was a Adidas Firebird jacket. It was black and white polka dot. It had the large logo on the back, full zip in the front, and it was listed for 1 day on both platforms. And I listed it a little high because the comp showed that this exact jacket had sold for anywhere from 40 to 60. I think one of them had actually sold for 70. So I listed it at 70. I got an offer within a day on eBay for $52. Actually, that was my second offer in that day. I did get a low offer of $30. I countered, the person declined. But just a few hours later, I got an offer for $52, and I was happy to accept. Again, the shipping on this was not very much. And yeah, so I was excited about that sale. I do shop at the bins and at regular thrift stores, so I know that it's a little bit more of a risk for me when I purchase something at regular thrift stores because they tend to range anywhere from that kind of $5 to $10 range. But this was definitely an item I was kind of confident in, and it paid off. So anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed this I don't even know what number this is, but another video of the 5 surprising sales. If you like this video, definitely feel free to hit the thumbs up down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.